شكرا يا ربي شكرا هديت قلبي شكرا نورت دربي شكرا شكرا يا رب
شكرا يا ربي شكرا هديت
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is Wajahat from Discover Islam, and we are here today at 79 Queens Road, Waltham Forest, Masjid Umar for Open Day inshallah.
منزل القرآن يا خالق الإنسان يا رب يا رحمن شكرا يا رب شكرا يا رب يا منزل القرآن.
Masjid Umar is being open to the community, we're welcoming to the non-Muslims, we're actually showing them what true Islam is rather than have misrepresentations of what is shown to them outside. Masjid Umar is one of the main masjids in Waltham Forest. We're trying to organise a positive image of Islam throughout the Waltham Forest community.
Well, it's incredibly important because it provides an opportunity for the wider community, those who follow a particular faith or those who don't follow a particular faith, to come into the mosque, to ask questions, to gain a better understanding of Islam and why Islam is important to so many people in the Waltham Forest community. And as you can see, around the room, there's just a wealth of information readily available, and there are people at hand to answer questions. So it's a really fantastic opportunity.
So I thought I was very happy to take the opportunity to come here today and see and learn a little more. But I think if we're not prepared to learn, we live in ignorance, and ignorance is not a good thing.
It is extremely important that with the current environment, and specifically that being negativity being, put across about Islam and the Muslims, it is important that we open our masajid. And subhanAllah, it's sometimes a shame to know that the masjids have been established for 20-30 years and never ever they've had an open day for the non-Muslims to know what actually happens within the masjid.
I think all people of faith ought to open their faith and explain their faith and show and demonstrate their faith to their communities around them, including to people of other faiths. And then we can work together for the good of all.
In Waltham Forest in particular, like a number of London boroughs, we have a very, very diverse community. Many different communities representing a number of races, a number of religions, and it's important that we all open up our doors to talk to people, to show what we believe, to explain how we get through life. And that interaction is very, very important to ensure that we have good community cohesion. And our community of Waltham Forest does live together and work together extremely well. And events like this make that even better.
We came to support some of our friends and neighbours who attend the mosque, who live near us, also because we're really interested in knowing sort of what happens in the building. We see it every day. It's part of our neighborhood. We pass people, we greet people, and it's really, I think it's important that we don't feel it's a place that we're excluded from. So we really appreciated the invitation to come in.
Our neighbour, Sarge, right across the street, is a really good friend of ours, and we've known him for such a long time. And I think it's really, really important for the community. We see our friends and neighbours all the time, and yet the mosque remains, I think, for a large amount of the population in this country, a kind of a mystery.
I'm a Christian, and I was particularly interested in the parallels and the things that we share in our various faiths. I was very interested in looking at the way in which Islamic architecture had influenced the architecture of the Middle Ages, which I didn't know about. The history of calligraphy, so the scriptural stories, the architectural, the philosophical heritage. So there are things there that I didn't know about before, and I found that very interesting and enriching.
Myself, I'm a Christian, and I have been actually struck by some of the similarities, and the similarities of the stories and the prophets. That's what I've noticed, is that we have more in common than divides us.
Islam is a very peaceful religion which is advocating equality between men and women. We know that that is getting violated by some sections who say they are speaking in the name of Islam. And I think it is very important that we look at what Islam actually says, so that we, Muslims and non-Muslims together, can stand together and fight these, how can you call it, these aberrations really.
I think events like this are important because Walthamstow has always been a very cohesive community, a very supportive community, and it's important that we all understand each other.
I think sometimes when people don't know what goes on in the mosque, opening the doors, welcoming people in will break down barriers, develop understanding, and enable the community to come together.
Events like this are important because it gives opportunity to come and learn things. And if we learn, then this will overcome our ignorance, because what we don't know about, we can think about and suspect that this goes on or that goes on without any knowledge at all. And that's always a bad thing. It's good to learn and to know rather than just speculate.
I think it's extremely important, to bring people from the community together, from different religious backgrounds or no religion, to get to know each other and to get to know about, it's very important to get to know about Islam, about also the other religions actually.
This particular mosque has had open days for many, many years. I've been to previous open days, and I've encouraged my family and my friends to attend. As councillors, it's of course very important to attend because there are quite a number of Muslim councillors in Waltham Forest, but there are quite a number of Christians and those of no faith. So it's important that as councillors that we attend mosques like this, and we meet with all of the committee, the imams and so on. But it has to go that stage further. We have to see our other communities who wouldn't necessarily be involved in the day-to-day running of either the politics of the borough or the religious side of the borough, just to pop in the door, just to see that it's open, that it's welcoming, as it always is here, and for our many other mosques that we have in the borough as well.
I think all other masjids can take a leading step in opening their doors, especially to show the non-Muslims what Islam is about, and hopefully that will make the masjids more accessible to Muslims and non-Muslims alike. Masjid Umar would like to suggest that other masjids in Waltham Forest and other areas open their doors to non-Muslims. We've used Discover Islam for our exhibition, and which has been very useful, and they've got a lovely exhibition which portrays Islam in its true values. And Masjid Umar will be available to any other masjids for any assistance that they may require.
It's very simple. What we say to the masjids, that the exhibition is there free of charge, and they get in touch with Discover Islam by visiting their website discoverislam.co.uk. Look at the space, give them a session that how to organize the Masjid Open Day, give them the general understanding of what kind of framework or leaflets, volunteers, whatever is needed, and they will organize it, inshallah. It is a masjid event, it is a mosque open day, and we are there to support them, alhamdulillah.
I've had a walk around, I've had a tour as well, and I've learned a great deal. So whether you're a Muslim or not, I think actually it's good to take up this opportunity to find out more about Islam, about Islamic culture and the history of Islam.
I would absolutely encourage other people to come in, because it's important to dispel the misconceptions you might have about what people do in these places. If you listen to the press, you would get the totally wrong impression about what happens. So it's important to come in and to be with the people who are in here praying, and to find out what they do.
I think we all have our own preconceptions and our own agendas when it comes to other people's faiths, and it's good to be exposed to other people's understandings of what is holy and what is true.
But I think it is very important. I would recommend everybody to come and see the exhibition and come to an open mosque.
Yes, I would. I think people should come and see it. It will help their general knowledge. It will help them to see how people practice their faith in a peaceful way.
I would certainly recommend lots of people, everyone I meet with an interest in religion, which should be everybody in the world, to come and learn a little more about this other major religion of the world.
I think it's just reinforced to me that Islam is part of life in Walthamstow, it's part of life in London, and it's part of Britain, and it's really important that as part of Britain we all work together.
شكرا يا ربي شكرا هديت قلبي شكرا نورت دربي شكرا شكرا يا رب
شكرا يا ربي شكرا
سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهد يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيم الفسيح
سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي